Imagine winning the lottery tomorrow and deciding to buy a private jet. Within weeks, the paperwork is complete. The aircraft is yours. No more security queues, no more crowded terminals, no more waiting for airline schedules or worrying about delayed connections. Whenever you need to travel, your own aircraft is sitting on the ramp, fueled, polished, and ready to leave. For many people, it represents the ultimate symbol of success. The freedom to cross continents on your own timetable. The ability to land at thousands of airports commercial airlines never serve. The luxury of treating the entire world like your own driveway. But there is one detail almost nobody tells you before you sign the check. Buying the jet is often the cheapest part. Welcome to Simple Concepts Explained. Today we are pulling back the curtain on why private jets bankrupt their owners. Because while owning a private aircraft might seem like the final reward for decades of success, it has quietly become one of the fastest ways for even extremely wealthy people to lose millions of dollars every year. And surprisingly, many billionaires have already realized there's a much smarter alternative. To understand why, we first need to understand what you're actually buying. Most people assume a private jet is simply an expensive aeroplane. Scale up the purchase price, add some fuel, pay the pilots, and that's about it. In reality, you're buying something much closer to a flying business. Every aircraft requires its own ecosystem of people, equipment, inspections, and certifications long before a single passenger steps on board. Unlike a luxury car that can sit untouched in a garage for months, an aircraft is governed by some of the strictest maintenance regulations in the world. Whether it flies every day or spends weeks inside a hangar, the costs rarely stop. That catches many first-time owners by surprise. The purchase price dominates the headlines because it's easy to understand. A light business jet might cost several $1,000,000. A brand new long-range aircraft capable of flying non-stop between New York and Tokyo can easily exceed $70 million. Those numbers sound enormous, yet they're only the admission fee. Because the moment ownership transfers, the aircraft begins generating expenses that continue every single day, whether it leaves the ground or not. And unlike almost every other luxury purchase, simply using it less doesn't necessarily make it much cheaper. In fact, some of the biggest bills arrive while the aircraft is doing absolutely nothing. Those fixed costs begin with the people. Every private jet requires qualified pilots, and depending on the aircraft, regulations or insurance policies may require two of them. Even if the jet only flies a handful of times each month, those pilots still need salaries, recurrent simulator training, medical examinations, hotel stays, and travel expenses. If the aircraft operates internationally, crews may spend days waiting in foreign cities for the owner to finish meetings before flying home again. Then there are the engineers. Commercial airlines spread maintenance costs across hundreds of flights every day. A private owner has no such advantage. Every inspection, every replacement part, and every mandatory service is paid for by a single aircraft. Some maintenance checks are triggered by flight hours, but many are based simply on the passage of time. Components are replaced because the calendar says they must be, not because anything has actually gone wrong. In aviation, reliability isn't something that's hoped for. It's something that's constantly purchased. Insurance quickly becomes another major expense. A modern business jet worth tens of millions of dollars cannot simply be insured like an expensive car. Policies must account for the value of the aircraft itself, the passengers it carries, the countries it visits, and the potential liability of operating through busy international airspace. Premiums alone can reach hundreds of thousands of dollars each year before the aircraft has burned a single liter of fuel. And then there's somewhere to keep it. Most people imagine parking an aircraft is little more than renting a large garage. In reality, hangar space at major airports is among the most valuable real estate in aviation. Owners pay substantial fees simply to protect their aircraft from weather, corrosion, and accidental damage. Ground crews regularly reposition, clean, and prepare the jet, while airport operators charge additional parking, handling, and security fees every time it arrives or departs. The result is something few people ever consider. A private jet is capable of flying almost anywhere in the world, yet it spends the overwhelming majority of its life standing perfectly still. Industry figures suggest many privately owned business jets fly only a few hundred hours each year. Out of more than 8,700 hours in a calendar year, that means the aircraft may spend over 95% of its existence sitting inside a hangar, quietly generating bills. But even those fixed costs aren't what bankrupt owners. The real financial shock begins every time the engines start. Unlike driving a car, every hour a jet spends in the air brings it one step closer to its next major maintenance event. Engineers don't simply inspect aircraft when something breaks, they overhaul engines, replace components, and dismantle critical systems at precisely scheduled intervals, whether they appear worn out or not. And those maintenance events can cost millions, which means every flight carries an invisible price tag that most passengers and even many first-time owners never see. This is why aircraft owners rarely talk about the purchase price for long. Instead, they talk about engine hours. Modern jet engines are remarkable pieces of engineering, capable of producing tens of thousands of pounds of thrust while operating in temperatures that would melt most metals. But that performance comes at a price. Every takeoff, every climb to cruising altitude, and every landing consumes a tiny fraction of the engine's certified life. Eventually, those engines must be removed, dismantled, inspected, and rebuilt by specialist facilities. For some large business jets, a single engine overhaul can cost well over $1 million. Since there are usually two engines, owners often set aside money after every flight into what's known as an engine reserve fund. It's a little like saving for a new roof on a house, except the bill arrives every few thousand flying hours and can exceed the value of many luxury homes. Fuel, surprisingly, is often only part of the story. A long-range private jet may burn hundreds of gallons every hour, but by the time you've added landing fees, navigation charges, ground handling, catering, de-icing during winter, customs services, and overnight parking, the total cost of a single trip can climb dramatically before anyone has even stepped off the aircraft. And then comes the expense that catches almost every owner by surprise: depreciation. Most people expect a multi-million-dollar aircraft to hold its value. After all, commercial airliners remain in service for decades. But the private jet market behaves very differently. New aircraft are constantly arriving with quieter cabins, longer range, lower fuel consumption, and more advanced avionics. Yesterday's flagship can become tomorrow's outdated model remarkably quickly. The result is that many private jets lose millions of dollars in value over just a few years. Even an aircraft that has been meticulously maintained and rarely flown can be worth substantially less than its original purchase price simply because newer technology has arrived. When owners finally decide to sell, they often discover they've paid not only the running costs of the aircraft, but also absorbed a significant loss in its value. Which raises an obvious question. If private jets are such expensive financial liabilities, why do we still see billionaires stepping off them almost every day? Because many of them don't actually own the aircraft. Instead, they charter them. Charter companies spread those enormous ownership costs across hundreds of customers. Pilots, maintenance, insurance, and hangar fees are shared between dozens of clients rather than falling on a single individual. The customer simply pays for the hours they fly, then walks away while someone else continues paying the bills. Others choose fractional ownership, purchasing only a share of an aircraft alongside several other owners. They still enjoy many of the benefits of private aviation, but without carrying the full financial burden of owning an entire jet that spends most of its life parked. For many people who fly privately, these arrangements make far more economic sense than writing a check for an aircraft outright. And that's the great irony of private aviation. The people who dream of owning a private jet often imagine the purchase price is the biggest obstacle. In reality, buying the aircraft is simply the ticket that grants access to years of continuous spending. The real cost isn't measured in millions paid on day one. It's measured in the relentless stream of salaries, inspections, maintenance, depreciation, and operating expenses that follow for as long as the aircraft remains in your name. So the next time you see a sleek business jet waiting on the tarmac, remember that its greatest luxury isn't the leather seats or the champagne on board. It's the extraordinary amount of money required just to keep it ready for takeoff. If you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments what aviation mystery you'd like explained next. And don't forget to subscribe to Simple Concepts Explained for more deep dives into the hidden engineering, economics, and systems shaping our world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.